Hello, everybody. God bless you. Welcome back to KPTV 6280. Today, I want to talk about the newest, y'all. I don't know if y'all heard about Well, let me just say this. That's a crazy and an understatement. I don't know how you could not have heard about the interview with Cat Williams. Now, I am not a fan of Cat Williams in any way, shape, or form. I've seen him a few times on the internet, and I've seen him as a comedian here and there. I never did like his comedic style, and I never did think he was funny. That is just me saying that, okay? So, but what I have heard and liked about him, and what I did hear a few times, was his stance in life in some areas. Now, I can't endorse everything that he does and say, because there's just, I mean, you could tell he has an adamant love for God, but his lifestyle doesn't line up to that. And I know some people won't understand that, but I'm coming from a spiritual perspective. We can't just throw the name God out there and then be cursing 24/7 or whatever, drinking, doing drugs or anything. So I don't, well, he doesn't do, let me just say why I wanted to talk about this, okay? First of all, I watched the interview with Cat Williams and on Club Shay Shay. Don't ask me how and why. I just heard. I kept seeing his name come up, and I was like, okay, so here I am. I'm relaxing, just lying down, watching a few things and reading. So I said, well, let me take a look at this and see what this is all about. So when I decided to look at it, y'all, when I tell you, he did not hold back anything. Okay? The interview, I just think that it is time, and people is tired of lies. People are tired of lies. People are wanting what is the truth, and in some ways, regardless of whether he is a saved man or not, I believe you reap what you sow, and I believe the principle of the reaping and the sowing is not you don't have to be saved to reap what you sow. Let's just say that. Now, the reason why I'm saying that, because I'm pretty sure you all are going to watch or probably heard about the interview. So I am in no way, shape, or form endorsing him as a Christian, even though he has godly convictions. That's what I'm going to say. Because the true form of Christianity, you cannot do some of the things that Cat Williams do, even though I like him, okay? Even though I like him as seeming like a person. Now, I may not like him as a comedian, and maybe I don't listen enough to like his comedic style, but I'm just going to say in the past that I've watched comedy shows and I didn't, come on, Kingy, I didn't really particularly think he was my type of comedian. I'm going to say that. And there's nothing wrong with him, because he's considered a genius to other people, and a genius as far as a comedian is. When I listen to some of the things that goes in being a comedian, well, then I guess he is, a genius, because he writes all of his material. So, but anyway, but the stuff that he was talking about, that was very important, the stuff that he was talking about, he talked about a lot of things that was going on in the industry. He talked about a lot of things that he had to do to stay original and not become part of what they offer you. You know, he began to talk about how they will offer you $10 million if you do what they want you to do. And he names names. It was crazy. Let me just say this. In order for a person to do an interview that long, y'all, it was a 2.5 hour interview. It didn't seem like it was 2.5 hours because it was so good. And he was sharing information that we all know about, but you don't have someone that is actually able to say all of the things that happen and transpire. But anyway, I loved when he began to talk about his family and how he came out of, being a Jehovah's Witness. I think he didn't really say what he believed in, but you could kind of tell that he believes in God, Jesus the Christ, because he said something about Mormonism, not Mormonism, being a Muslim, but Muslims don't believe that Jesus is the Christ. Now, I know Louis Farrakhan is now talking about Jesus right now, and it looks like they're trying to bring together Islam. To me, that's what it looks like, because those Muslim people don't want to hear about no Jesus, because all of them years they didn't believe in Jesus as the Savior. But if you listen to Louis Farrakhan now, he talks about Jesus almost as if they are starting to cross over to believe that he is the Savior, but they're staying devout Muslims. But anyway, in the interview, he calls out Steve Harvey, all of the people on the screen. He calls out, people. He tells you what they are willing to do in the industry. He called out Ludacris. Man, it was just a crazy interview. Well, and I was on here to let you guys know that the interview was so good that in the first couple of hours it hit, I want to say 8 million people watched that interview. And when you hear different ones talk about it, it's like they're talking because they say this is the hour for truth. People, or even the unsaved people, the worldly people, the people that's in the industry, the people that have tried to get into the industry for whatever reason, they are the people that have not wanted to do what they wanted them to do. They didn't make it, or they didn't make it as big, but then they didn't sell their soul to the devil either. The interview is just explosive, y'all. And the thing about it is, the whole internet is mad at him now. All of the people, he called P. Diddy, he called Bishop T.D. Jakes, and he just said a few things about them. But I think, like, what he was trying to do is to let you know that everything is not the way that you think it is. And he set the record straight. Again, I don't know how I came across the video. I kept seeing his name come up, and I know in the past that he has been speaking things that was very important. And people, we was like, he better go sit down and be quiet, because KattWilliams is saying some things. This video, I literally say, first of all, I pray for his salvation for him because he's a philanthropist. He's a very extraordinary individual. When you see the video, you'll see why I say that. Very caring, very loving, and yet at the same time I pray for his protection and also for his salvation, because the stuff that he said, all of them is mad, y'all. Okay, they are mad at him. So I don't know if you watched the video. There are some cursing, like when he was on stage, and that's probably the reason why I never did really like to listen to his comedy, because of the extent of cursing and things like that. But the interview is a great video. Now, he doesn't curse at all in the interview while he's talking. The interview is a 2.5 hour long video. When I tell you, it was very interesting, honey. Interesting because there is not many people that is left that have that kind of heart to remain pure and pure. And he reminded me of those of us that don't want success, even in Christianity, at the expense of trying to blend in and trying to do things that, we know is wrong. And we're staying true to, well, in his case, if we make it, we make it. If we don't, we don't. And he has sustained, God has sustained him, and he has been able to stay in the industry. And, they want to blackball people like that, but he has to just promote his own shows. There are doors that could close for him, I'm pretty sure, but somehow, some way, he's managed to stay afloat. He says he has been wearing a chain on his neck for a long time. I noticed that, and it says "folk is woke." Now, I know what they're considering woke, but I believe what I consider what woke means to me is people are waking up to what is going on and they don't like it. Now, I know there's another negative meaning of the word woke, but I don't identify with that. I understand that people are waking up to, all of the things that's going on. And the crazy thing about it is he's even talked about how he's adopted children, and he never been married. He's a single man. And he said, he travels all over the world and everything, but being the way his upbringing it happened, he ended up adopting, I think, 6 children. But anyway, it was so crazy because at the beginning of the video, he was talking about how he was a Jehovah's Witness, and he started saying he read his own Bible, and he started seeing that what he was being taught was not true. So he was talking about Jesus, and so he ended up having to leave out of his parents' home at a very young age because of his choice not to be in a religion that wasn't of God. That happened to me to the degree that I understood that what he was saying, because I read my own Bible too, and I seen and came in encounter with Jesus, and I know that he is the Christ, and I did that happen to me at a very young age. But anyway, guys, you have to check out the video. It's on Club Shay Shay, and I'll probably put the video link in the description box, but I can't even touch on everything about that video that was so good, or that interview, because what he was telling us was that everything that and heard about, he's a living witness. It is all true. It's all true. Okay, so I'm gonna stop it right there. I was listening to this other podcast about it, and her commentary on it was so excellent, because she began to say, what are we gonna do about this information? She said, it's not just information. She said, are you going to still follow the Steve Harveys? Or are you going to still follow those that are doing things that is not right? And she began to let people know that you got powerful people that is silencing people and keeping people from saying this kind of stuff. and here you are now that you know it. What are you going to do that you know the information? And so she was talking about she had something in her house, I think from Bill Cosby or somebody, and she said she took it out of her house. She said because her responsibility for doing what was right once she got the information, she said she was not going to allow hearing truth to desensitize her to the degree that you go back to just doing the same thing or supporting the same people. I believe that's one of the things in Christianity when we hear the truth, what desensitizes us to hearing God's word is that we don't do anything about it. And so that's what her call to action was to the people. What are you going to do about it? That was a powerful word. And I thank God also because as she was talking about different things, I was noticing the things that she was talking about before she even mentioned it with everything that's going on with Prophet Manasseh and different ones with Bishop T.D. Jakes. I don't believe that there is not, I believe that there is information out there, like she did that broadcast on Bishop T.D. Jakes, and she was saying that they went to the Potter's house, so they know, things that she said, I'm not afraid of being sued or anything like that. So my thing is, I believe that there are people that genuinely know things like concrete evidence. But what she was saying and what God showed me as well, even with Christian Keys and Manasseh, they are only saying so much information so that they could get a check from the people silently on the side or get a deal. If you, Manasseh, has things to say about Bishop T.D. Jakes, and I'm pretty sure he does, are you using it so that you can expose this, so that you could keep people out of harm's way? Or are you only trying to leak so much information so he could get with you and write you out a check? That's crazy. But at the end of the day, we know that there are predators. We know that there are people that are interested in our sons, and they'll do anything to convert them into their arm candy or little piece or whatever on the side. I don't know what to call that. But at the end of the day, y'all, we got to understand that there are more things that is going on than meets the eye. That's what I'm trying to say. And it's mind-blowing, even though KattWilliams and all of them, they're in the secular world. That goes to show you why the church don't need to be trying to make deals with the secular world and even incorporate the secular world into the church. You see what I'm saying? So, but anyway, I wanted to just touch on this just a little bit and let you guys know that that interview was explosive, it's mind-blowing, and it's an eye-opener. And I believe God said we're in the world, but we're not of the world. I believe that is the reason why we shouldn't be knowing information and things like that. We shouldn't support certain artists. We shouldn't be, pushing our children in the industry and things like that. You'll see, check out that movie. I'll put it in the comment section below. Give me your thoughts and tell me what you think. Did you see the video? Do you like KattWilliams? He said a lot of things about Ricky Smiley, Steve Harvey, Tiffany Haddish, and Ludacris, and all the things that they're willing to do to be able to be ahead. I'm going to also put the link in the description box with the other commentary. What's her name? My viewpoint or my opinion. Yeah, MVMO. That's the name of the video podcast. So guys, that's all I have. I may be coming on tonight. I've been having a very powerful, strong headache. And yesterday my head was hurting so bad, and today my head is hurting extremely bad. I don't know if it was because of the amount of time that I spent filming all last week. I don't know if the lights or whatever is having an effect on me, but we'll talk later. I'll see you guys in the next video.